name is Stephanie Podger, and I have kind of made it my mission over the last year and a half to really just help people with all things health, fitness, wellness, and really just overall happiness. Because let's be honest here, what is the point of living this life if you're not living it to be your happiest self, right? So thanks for the hearts. So I'm just going to give you just a really quick kind of scope and a life tip that I've really just been thinking a lot about lately because it's really kind of happened in my life more frequently. So basically, if you are doing this thing, I know I'm being so cryptic right now. If you're doing this thing, and I'm almost certain that you are literally robbing yourself of joy that you could be having every single day, okay? And don't be too hard on yourself when I reveal what it is, because most of us are doing this, and it's a really hard thing not to do. So I'm actually going to give you a couple tips as to how to change this in your life if it's something you're struggling with, okay? So we're going to stop throwing our happiness in the garbage, and we're going to start taking more control over our happiness, because that's really what it's about. It's about being empowered and being in control of your happiness. So basically what I'm talking about here, the thing that you're probably doing is focusing your time and energy and emotion too much on what other people are doing, thinking, saying, or how they're basically kind of reacting or acting towards you. And to be honest, it doesn't always have to be towards you, but it's just some kind of action or thought or something someone said that you are putting way too much time, energy, and focus into something that other person is doing. Okay, so let me kind of back up a little bit. So have you ever felt just kind of like frustrated and uneasy, and you're kind of not sure why? Like you're just kind of have this like frustrated feeling about something, or maybe you get upset with others too quickly or too often. This could be your spouse or your significant other, your children, co-workers. It could be anything. If you're getting upset just like kind of quickly or too often, what you're probably doing is being way too emotionally connected to what these people in your life are doing. Because here is the bottom line. This is what my mom told me all the time when we were growing up, and it's such a wonderful quote. So if you have something, jot it down or type it in your phone. She would say, "I didn't cause it. I can't change it. I have to let it go." And that's really, really powerful if you take a moment to let that really sink in. I didn't cause it. I can't change it. I have to let it go, right? Because if you didn't cause it, then, well, you really shouldn't be upset about it in the first place. And if you really can't change it, if it's somebody else's actions or thoughts or words, you probably can't change that either, right? So you kind of have to let it go. You kind of can't hold on to it and continue to feel good about yourself or feel joy or happiness in any kind of way. Okay, so let me give you an example in my life recently. I have a new friend, and we were, supposed to go out together, right? And I personally, to give you a little bit of insight into my past, have actually struggled a lot with best friendships and relationships. I'm a girlfriends kind of girl, but for some reason, it's just something I've struggled with. Like, I've lost a lot of best friends for various reasons. It makes me feel bad about myself. I'm not sure why. I don't know if anybody else out there has felt this way or has struggled with this, but if you have, you're not alone, okay? So I was supposed to go out with this friend, and to be honest, I was a little bit nervous because this is a new friend. It's almost like dating. It's kind of weird, even though it's a girlfriend and I am heterosexual and married. Not that matters, but I'm just saying this was just a girlfriend of mine. We were supposed to go out, and she was about to, kind of cancel on me, like kind of far in advance for a reason that I didn't really understand. So because of my past and because of her maybe canceling on me for reasons I didn't understand, I was so upset about this. I was like, oh my gosh, I knew this would happen. I don't know why I put myself out there. This was too much. I should have known, all this stuff. Like, I was really getting low about it. And to be honest, this was a situation and a person I had actually talked with my therapist about, because yes, I do go to therapy, and I am a firm believer in therapy. So if you do go, don't be ashamed. Own it. It's so healthy for you. It's so brain and heart healthy. So own that. But anyway, so I even talked with my therapist about this. So when I like put myself out there, I'm taking the little bricks in my internal wall, around my heart down. And then I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this person is about to do exactly what I was just afraid of. I was so upset. I was talking with my husband about it for like an hour. I was mad at myself for not knowing better. I was so emotionally invested in what this person was going to do, and it was something I didn't cause. It was something I definitely couldn't change, so I really had to let it go. So I thought about this, and I was like, wow, I am way overreacting right now, and I'm really letting this get to me in a pretty significant way, and it's robbing me of some joy right now. If she was going to cancel on me, let's think about some alternatives. I could make a plan with somebody else. I could just spend the time with myself doing something that I want to do. It really wasn't the tragedy situation that I thought it might be, and to be totally honest, this person ended up not canceling on me anyway. So it was really, like, I was totally freaking out over nothing. I was making up this huge story in my head. So going forward and kind of realizing the situation and other situations where I've gotten way too emotionally invested in what somebody else was doing or saying, I kind of thought to myself, well, how do I prevent this in the future? Because this is not healthy and it's totally robbing me of happiness. So there's a couple things you can do. You can ask yourself the question, will this affect my life in any real or significant way? And really ask yourself that question. Now, when I say real or significant, that's most likely, let's think about what's real and significant. Something that would affect your health, whether it's emotional or physical, something that would harm your family, something that would, physically or emotionally harm someone you care about, right? Or take all of your money away so that you were totally, broken on the streets, or, something like that. Take all your food away so that you couldn't eat, right? These are ways that our lives are really actually significantly affected. Most of these other things, we're just making up problems in our head, right? But if it's not going to affect your life in some real and significant way, like really significant, then you need to try to let it go, okay? And then kind of related to that question, will this still matter? Will this instance, situation still matter? What this person said, what this person did, will it still matter in a week? Will it still matter in a month or a year? Will it still matter in 5 years? And if the answer is no to any of those questions, if it will not matter what happened in the situation in a week or a month or a year, then you don't need to be wasting your time worrying about it, right? Like, that's kind of silly. It's not going to have a long impact on your life. And another way that you can help yourself not be too emotionally invested in the things that people do that might be hurtful to you are affirmations, okay? So just knowing your own personal self-worth, knowing that you are loved, that you are worthy, that you're worth being happy, that you're worth love and time and attention. Saying affirmations to yourself is really huge and something I try to work on every day. Reading personal development. I know not everybody is into that, but I am so into that because it really just teaches you how to live your best life and how to be your happiest self, and that's really all on you. So reading personal development is huge. The book that really helped me with this kind of idea is called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. It's not the easiest read in the world, I'll be honest with you. It's a little bit harder to read. It's not as fun and exciting, but it's got some really great concepts in there, and it's a really great book. And finally, something I've been trying to practice almost every day, I'm getting really close every single day, is meditation, because no matter what kind of craziness is going on in your mind or what's happening on the outside world, meditation is all about bringing it back in. You bring it back into your breath, you focus on your surroundings, your body, what's happening with you, and if your focus is 100% on you, then you cannot be stressing about what other people are doing, right? Like, that literally just can't happen at the same time. And meditation can teach you how to prolong that feeling into bringing it into your more daily life outside of the actual meditation itself. So those are my tips for you guys. If I can just tell you one thing that I'm really learning, and I still struggle with this, it's so hard, but it's, don't get too emotionally wrapped up and invested in what other people are thinking, saying, or doing, even if it's the people that are closest to you, because sometimes, number one, it's not worth all that emotion, and number two, there's nothing you can actually do about it anyway. You can only change how you react to the situation and how you feel personally about the situation. So those are my tips for you. Ask yourself those questions. Will this thing still matter? Do affirmations, read, meditate if you can. I'm going to do another Periscope on meditation in the future because I'm really getting into it. So thank you so much for watching, guys. And Jennifer, thank you so much for being on. You are the best. Thank you for joining me in my first Periscope back. I'm so excited to be back. And yeah. I hope everybody out there in Periscope world and YouTube, when I eventually post this to YouTube, has a great night. All right, bye guys. Love ya.